The shuttle stank of recycled air and scorched metal. Chains rattled with every jolt as the vessel cut through slip space, heading straight for the galactic arena. Elias Cade sat alone, shackled at the wrists and ankles, his back pressed against cold steel. He stared at the floor, silent, unmoved. Across from him, a broadcast flickered to life. A hologram of High Commander Zurl then filled the space, 9 feet of armored KRYLL arrogance, his mandibles twitching with disdain. Behold, Galaxy. Today, humanity's last warrior enters the arena, Zurl announced. Soft of flesh. Weak of will. Broken by emotion. The broadcast cut to footage of Earth's surrender 2 decades ago. Cities burning. Children crying. Human soldiers laying down arms before towering alien invaders. Elias closed his eyes. Not to mourn. To remember. He'd been a shock trooper during the final wave, long before the treaties and humiliating capitulations. The kind they didn't talk about in alien news feeds. The kind who fought in the mud, with broken ribs and shattered comms, too stubborn to die. After the war, Earth was a fractured shell. He vanished into the outer colonies, swapping armor for scrap gear, war cries for silence. The galaxy moved on. Until today. The shuttle docked with a hiss of pressure. The doors opened to a thunderous roar. Bright light flooded in. 2 armored enforcers yanked him to his feet and marched him down a corridor toward the stage. The arena was colossal, a hollow sphere lined with tiered balconies where alien dignitaries watched from gilded thrones. Overhead, a banner rippled in synthetic wind, galactic unity through dominance. In the center, dirt, metal, and blood. As Elias stepped into the ring, a synthetic voice boomed through the chamber. Combatant 1, Elias Cade. Species, human. Status, obsolete. Combatant 2, Vral X-12. Species, Vortokian predator drone. Status, optimized. A panel slid open. From the shadows emerged a 4-legged beast of titanium sinew and pulsing flesh. Its claws dripped acid. Its eyes flickered with predatory focus. The crowd howled with excitement. Elias cracked his neck. Begin. The drone lunged. Elias didn't move. He watched, really watched, as it accelerated, legs slicing the ground like razors. Then, with perfect timing, he pivoted. The drone's claws barely missed his throat, embedding instead in the steel column behind him. He stepped back, silent. The drone ripped its claws free and charged again. Another sidestep. Another miss. The crowd booed. Fight, Terran, someone jeered. Elias didn't. He waited. The drone grew faster, sloppier, reacting to scent and rage. Its claws caught his shoulder, barely a graze, but the pain flared hot and deep. He staggered. Blood hit the sand. The crowd erupted. The drone paused, circling. Elias smiled. You smell that? He muttered. That's fear. Yours. The drone snarled, lunged again, and Elias dropped low, catching its left foreleg. With a grunt, he twisted, using the beast's own momentum. Bone snapped. Metal bent. The creature skidded across the arena floor, dragging a broken limb. The crowd went silent. Elias stood tall, bleeding but calm. From the royal balcony, Zurl narrowed his eyes. This wasn't the plan, he said to his adjutant. Shall I intervene, High Commander? No. Let's see how far the monkey dances. The drone shuddered back to its feet, limping now. It shrieked and rushed again, reckless and furious. This time, Elias didn't dodge. He stepped forward. The drone's claw pierced his side. But Elias grabbed its throat with both hands. You wanted weakness, he growled, blood pouring from his mouth. Try living with pain every day and still choosing to wake up. With a sudden wrench, he drove the drone's head into the ground, pinning it. A single punch, fist to steel skull, followed by another. Then another. Cracks formed. Sparks flew. The drone's legs twitched once. Then silence. The arena was quiet. Elias rose, chest heaving, blood running down his side. He turned slowly to face the crowd. "Well," he shouted. "That was your monster?" Murmurs. Confusion. He looked up at the KRYLL balcony. "Is that all?" he said, voice hoarse. "I've stubbed my toe harder than that thing hit." In the control booth, Zurel slammed a fist against the console. "Summon me to the arena," he barked. His aide flinched. "Now?" "The protocol." "Now." As the medics dragged the drone's remains from the floor, a second gate hissed open. The crowd gasped as Zurel himself stepped forward, armor gleaming, blade humming with plasma. Elias blinked. "Oh," he muttered. "So now you want to play?" The announcer's voice stammered into the silence. "Unscheduled challenge. High Commander Zurel of KRYLL Dominion invokes trial of mockery, public exhibition." Zurel raised his blade. "This ends here, Terran. I will expose your fraud. Your kind's strength is a myth." Elias chuckled, blood dripping from his lip. "You talk too much." They faced each other in silence. Zurel crouched. Elias adjusted his stance, hand clutching his wounded side. A breeze stirred the dust. Then, everything exploded into motion. Zurel struck first. A downward arc, blindingly fast, plasma blade screaming through the air. Elias twisted, the edge grazing his ribs, burning flesh. He didn't cry out. He never did. The crowd leaned in. The KRYLL loved the scent of cauterized pain. They'd grown fat watching lesser species bleed. But Elias only grunted, shifting his weight, circling. "You're slower than I thought," he muttered. Zurel lunged again, this time low, aiming for the knee. Elias deflected with a bare arm. The plasma sliced clean through the sleeve of his tunic, searing skin underneath. Still, he stood. The arena wasn't roaring anymore. Zurel growled. "Your pain threshold is irrelevant. You will break." "I already did," Elias said, eyes locked. "Years ago. In a bunker under Vostok Ridge. You remember that campaign?" Zurel paused. He did remember. The KRYLL's ground assault had failed spectacularly. Something about humans refusing to die on schedule. The council scrubbed the records, embarrassed. But Zurel remembered the screaming, the flames, and a single Terran unit that held for 19 days without food, surrounded by corpses. Zurel's blade hummed louder. "You should have died then." Elias smiled. "That's what everyone thought." They circled like wolves. Dust swirled beneath their feet. Above them, the council watched in silence. This wasn't how the match was supposed to go. The human was supposed to be an object lesson. Not a threat. Zurel activated his exo-boots. He shot forward, shoulder first. Elias ducked, then brought up an elbow, right into the commander's jaw. A crack echoed. Zurel stumbled. Elias coughed blood into the sand. "You good?" The crowd stirred. Confusion was spreading. Whispers. Questions. Why hadn't the human fallen yet? Why hadn't he begged? In the stands, a Nerethian diplomat leaned toward her aide. "He's baiting him," she whispered. Zurel straightened, fury bleeding through his composure. "You mock me?" Elias shrugged. "You started it." Zurel slammed his gauntlet to the ground. A hidden emitter flared, projecting a hologram into the arena, a woman's face. Human. Soft features. Brown hair tied back. Eyes wide with fear. Elias froze. "Lena Cade," Zurel said. "Your sister, yes?" "We recovered fragments of her file from the Vostok wreckage." Curious thing, memory. The image shifted. Screaming. Flames. A bunker crumbling. Zurel's voice softened, oily. "You watched her die." "Powerless." That's the truth of your kind, emotion makes you vulnerable. Elias's fists clenched. Say her name again, he said, quiet. What? Say her name again. Zurul sneered. Lena Cade. Elias stepped forward and punched him in the throat. No flair. No warning. Just pure, precise violence. Zurul staggered, gasping. You think emotion weakens us? Elias growled. It's the reason I'm still standing. You don't fight for anything. That's why you always lose when it matters. The blow had changed something. Not just in Zurul, but in the crowd. Aliens from dozens of species, all bred on the lie of human frailty, began watching differently. The laughter had stopped. Now there was silence, broken only by the mechanical groan of Zurul's rebalancing armor. Elias turned slowly, surveying them. Pain isn't weakness, he said, addressing no one and everyone. Neither is grief. Or fear. We carry it. Every day. And we still keep going. Someone stood. A young Hescaran, species known for neutrality, raised a fist silently. Then another followed. A quiet gesture. A ripple. Zurul noticed. And panicked. He pressed his gauntlet again. New holograms appeared, flickering all around Elias, old war footage, Terran defeats, surrender declarations. The final cry of the Mars colony, looped over and over. Elias closed his eyes. Then opened them, calm. You think showing me our worst moments proves your point, he said. You're wrong. It proves yours. He stepped through the projection of burning Mars. We didn't die screaming, he said. We lived long enough to learn from it. You? You just erased the loss. Zurul snapped. No more tactics. No more showmanship. He charged, swinging wildly, blades slashing at neck height. Elias ducked once, twice, then stepped into the arc. The plasma scorched across his side, but he was inside the commander's reach now. He headbutted him. Zurul reeled. Another strike, fist into gut. Elbow into shoulder. Zurul fell to one knee. Elias, bleeding, breathless, whispered. You're afraid of us. The KRYLL snarled, activating his final weapon, a neural spike, forbidden in arena matches. He jabbed it into Elias's chest. The human convulsed. The crowd gasped. The device overloaded pain receptors, amplifying every old wound, every scar, every trauma. It was psychological warfare in purest form. Elias collapsed, twitching. Zurul stood over him, triumphant. Break, he hissed. Just break. Elias's hand trembled. He saw the trench again. The dead. The cold. He felt the hunger. Heard Lena's voice. Felt the explosion. The weight. The silence afterward. But beneath it, something stirred. Not rage. Not vengeance. Resolve. He rolled to his side, eyes locking on Zurul. You really don't get it, he said through clenched teeth. You can't beat someone who's already lived through worse. With a grunt, Elias pushed himself up. Shaking. But standing. The device shorted out. Smoke hissed from Zurul's gauntlet. He stepped back, disbelief spreading across his face. Elias was upright, chest rising with labored breaths. I felt all of it, Elias said. And I'm still here. The crowd surged to its feet. Not shouting. Not chanting. Just standing. Witnessing. Zurul backed away, stumbling. Elias didn't chase him. He simply looked around. To anyone watching, he said, voice hoarse, don't ever confuse pain with defeat. It's what made us human. He turned and walked off the field, leaving Zurul alone in the dust. The trial of mockery had never been refused. No one had ever stood after taking the spike. No one had walked away from Zurul. Until Elias. Now, silence clung to the arena like dust to blood. Zurul remained kneeling, fists buried in the sand, eyes twitching with disbelief. His blade lay just beyond his reach. Not broken, just abandoned. Above them, the council whispered. A precedent had been shattered. Elias turned, face torn, jaw crooked, every breath a quiet rebellion. "Initiate final challenge," he said flatly. "He wants an ending? Let's give it weight." The announcer hesitated. Trial of succession acknowledged. Both combatants aware, death or concession. Combat begins now. Zurul stood slowly. His pride screamed louder than his injuries. He drew a second blade, dual plasma hooks. Illegal in ceremonial combat. He didn't care. He'd turned the rules into rubble with the neural spike. What was one more offense? He pointed a claw at Elias. "You should have died quiet. Like your people." Elias cracked his neck. "We were never quiet. You just weren't listening." The fight that followed was not for the crowd. It was for history. Zurul attacked with the violence of a dying regime, slashing with speed, fury, and no discipline. Elias, bleeding, bones aching, no longer dodged. He endured. Every cut opened another old scar. Every hit awakened another buried pain. Still, he moved forward. Not fast. Not strong. Just forward. The crowd began to shift again. No more jeering. No cheering, either. They were watching something raw. Something alien to them. A man who bled, broke, but did not fall. "Why won't you collapse?" Zurul growled, voice warping with desperation. Elias blinked blood from his eye. "Because you think winning means standing last. We think it means not staying down." He caught the next blade swing barehanded. Fingers scorched. Didn't flinch. With his free hand, he struck, once, twice, into the soft gaps in Zurul's armor. The commander reeled. Elias seized a discarded gauntlet spike, jammed it between Zurul's shoulder plates. The KRYLL screamed. Zurul backed away, gurgling, armor sparking. He pointed to the stands. "They're watching. You can't kill me, my title shields me." Elias walked toward him. "Not here," he said. "Here, all shields are illusions." Zurul lunged one last time, both blades raised. Elias sidestepped, grabbed the alien's own momentum, and slammed him face first into the arena floor. He didn't follow up. He stood over the broken form, chest heaving, eyes hollow. The announcer's voice rang out. Combatant Zurul is unable to continue. Trial complete. But Elias didn't move. The crowd watched, breathless. Would the human kill him? The KRYLL had demanded this duel. He had broken every rule. The council would not interfere. Zurul turned his head, coughing blood. "Finish it," he hissed. "Show them what you are." Elias dropped the spike. "I already did." Gasps rippled through the arena. He walked away, slow, wounded, deliberate. Behind him, the KRYLL slumped into unconsciousness. Up in the council seats, a debate was already igniting. A Hescaran elder stood. "I invoke the sovereign clause," she said, voice sharp. "Earth's status must be reviewed." "No," a KRYLL delegate snapped. "He's just one." "He's more than one," she replied. "He's proof. They were never weak. Just patient." Elias exited the arena into the preparation tunnels. Medics rushed forward. He waved them off. A young alien, barely shoulder-high, stepped from the shadows. Skin like mercury, eyes wide with wonder. You didn't kill him," the child said. Elias looked down. "Didn't need to." "Why not?" He crouched slowly, wincing. "Because real power isn't in taking life. It's in deciding not to." The child tilted its head. "But you hurt." Elias nodded. "Yeah. We all do. Then why smile? He chuckled. Because they thought pain would stop me. But pain's just proof I'm still here. The message spread faster than fire in dry grass. Across the stars, a ripple began. Species who'd been told to fear emotion now questioned that lie. Elias Cade, the forgotten soldier, became something far more dangerous than a warrior. He became a story. A week later, back on the mining colony he once called exile, Elias sat alone on a rusted crate, hands stitched, ribs bandaged. A simple drink in his hand. A hologram blinked on beside him, Council broadcast. Earth's sovereignty status has been restored by unanimous vote. Humanity is hereby reinstated as an independent member of the Galactic Council. He didn't smile. Just nodded once. Behind him, the stars shimmered. He had nothing left to prove. But now? They had something to remember.